Assalamu alaikum, hello, welcome to my channel, and if you're not new here, welcome back. Today I'm going to be filming my first eyeshadow palette in this new series I'm starting, and it's basically trying to use my eyeshadow palettes really thoroughly, really well, get the most out of them and really push myself out of my comfort zone to create looks that I wouldn't readily do. So this is the fifth and final look that you will see in this video. Then there's going to be a review video following this in a couple of days about the Viseart Warm Edit palette. This is my first time I've ever tried their eyeshadows. They're quite a high-end luxurious brand in the eyeshadow world, and I was really interested to see what I could create. Now, as you can see, just briefly, it's basically a warm tone lover's dream. It's such a beautiful palette. It's tiny though, just to compare, it's palm of my hand. Palette, it can definitely fit in here.
Okay guys, these are the 5 brushes that I use for all these looks pretty much, and I will link them down below. Look number 1, the Everyday Glam without lashes. I love this look. I filmed several videos afterwards using this eyeshadow look that I'd done, and it's a pretty simple look. So of course I'm going to take that first base shade and then the crease shade, and I tried not to really set my lid in place with the base, but I just tried to see what it would be like without, you know, using a concealer and setting it in place. And I'm just building up that transitional shade. By the way, if you can hear any shouting in the background, it is my adorable little niece. She's having the time of her life. Alright, now taking the deeper brown shade, I'm now deepening up this crease, and as you can see, it's kind of a little bit difficult to blend. I was quite surprised by this because, you know, Viseart are supposed to have like the best matte formula ever, but it's blended out, it just needs a bit more effort. And then I'm taking the dark brown shade and I'm taking it into my outer V and along my lash line, almost like a smoky eyeliner look. Next I'm going with this beautiful metallic brown shade. It's so stunning. I'm putting this in the outer V, just above where I've used the dark brown to smoke out that wing eyeshadow look, and it's just so stunning. And then taking a smaller brush with the gold shade, I'm now packing it on carefully with the majority of the rest of the lid. And then of course I'm going in with the bright inner corner. And now I'm taking both the brown shades again and just adding them a little bit more on top of the gold to create a bit more of a transitional shade going on. You can definitely add a transition or intensify a transition after you applied the main lid. It's just easier usually to do it first. But like I said, I'm still learning these eyeshadow looks, and these videos are helping me to get better. And then taking that transition shade all over the lower lash line, followed by the brown shade, just to add a little bit of daytime smoke. This is a Zoeva brow line brush. This is Zoeva brow line brush, and I'm using it just under lower lash lines to really add that smokiness where I want to. And then I'm taking my Makeup Revolution Renaissance liner and creating a wing. And I went in with my Primark mascara, and this is the final look. So look number 2 is a pop of yellow, and it's a pretty simple eye look overall. It's just that pop of yellow in the inner corner. I wore a similar look to this in my life update video, and lots of you really liked it. So again, going in with that same cream colour for my base all over my lids, and then putting the same transition shade back in the crease, and the same brown shade, very similar to the second look really. This is how it started anyway. And I'm kind of concentrating this more on the outer crease this time, and then just blending whatever's left of my brush to the front crease, because I know it's not the easiest matte to work with. I'm just taking my time to really blend the shade in, and then take a larger fluffy brush and blend that transition shade out. Now I'm taking some Colourpop concealer over the majority of the outer half part of my lid, and I'm patting it out my finger and then taking that bright metallic shade and applying it straight over the concealer. Then I'm going to go in with a beautiful gold shade and kind of use it to blend between the brown that was on the lid and this metallic shade. And now the star of the show, this yellow mustard colour, I'm adding it into my inner corner. And like I'm going to explain how I feel about all the shades in the review. I did think this was going to have a bit more of an intense colour payoff, but it definitely still looks nice. It's not my favourite yellow ever, but it looks nice. And I'm sort of carrying this into the inner crease as well. Right, now I'm going to take the transition shade in the middle and place it all under my lower lash line. And that's about it for the eyeshadow. And now I'm going to line my lids as usual, and I'm going to take this nude liner from Stila, apply my mascara, and then pop on these lashes. As usual, these lashes will be linked down below. You guys know the drill by now. I normally always use AliExpress lashes and they are amazing. Just make sure that you are ordering them in advance before a wedding, because they're not going to get to you within a week. It does take a good couple of weeks for them to arrive. Just putting some mascara on my lower lash line, and that is the second look. Probably one of my favourite simple glam looks. So quick and easy to do. Does not take much skill at all, and the lashes just pull everything together so much better. Number 3, colour, colour, colour. This is like the most sunsetty of looks ever. I went in with the orange this time for a crease. I didn't actually use a base, I don't think. Maybe I did. But anyway, I used orange first of all in the crease, but all over the lid as well. And as you can see, I'm being pretty messy with this. I'm not being neat at all. And then I'm taking the same brush and taking that yellow shade and blending it just on top of and slightly above the orange, because we want it to really pop. Now I'm taking the red shade of the palette and putting this just on my lid now, not in my crease, but just on my lid in the outer half. And then I thought, let me use some concealer. Let's brighten things up here. Let's make some colours pop with it. So I'm taking that same Colourpop concealer. I love the applicator of this. It's so perfect for doing a cut crease. And using that shade, Mars, which is a metallic pink. I just think it looks so gorgeous paired with the orange and yellows and that red. And then in the inner half, taking gold. So this definitely needed a bit of intensifying. I felt like the colours weren't as strong as I wanted them to be. So can you see how much more beautiful Mars looks when you use it with a damp brush? The colour just comes to life completely. And then I'm just blending the whole thing together. There is a bit of fallout here because I wasn't tapping my brush off every time. I'm then taking the same orange shade with that same Zoeva brow liner brush and then blending out. And now I'm going to take this gorgeous peachy shade and use this as my inner corner. Thought let's be a little bit different. And then taking that gold shade and packing it into my inner lids. This is the same makeup look that I was wearing in my Teacher Talk Tuesday video, the one that was up last week and the one that will be up this week. And then liner done, lashes on. These lashes are a bit too long. I actually did trim them after this because I just felt like they were making my eyes look really small, which is weird because I do have quite big eyes. But I like the way the lashes weren't too dramatic. They didn't really hide what was going on with the lids. Alright, number 4 was Smoke and Halo. This is the most dramatic evening look I've created in a very long time. And I would say that the camera was slightly washing me out. It looks even more smoky in person. So this time I went in with a deeper brown into my crease. And as you can see, I've not used the base here. And I'm just putting this sort of on my lid and just skimming the crease here. Not carrying it too far up. I then took the dark brown shade on a smaller brush. And I'm sorry here the camera is really washing me out, but I just went into the crease and intensified it, and also put this all in the outer half of the crease. I then took this typical transition shade here and I blended a little bit of this on top just to soften out the harshness that I have created. And then I went back in with that dark brown and re-added it on. I feel like with the dark shades, you kind of do need to keep packing and blending and packing on and blending. I'm now taking that same dark brown shade in the inner half of my eyelid, and then I'm taking the gorgeous metallic brown and blending it between the outer half and the middle part, just where there's any blank space in my lid. And then taking the medium tone brown, and I'm using this all under my lash line. And here's where my camera actually decided to play nicely and show the beautiful shades. Taking that dark brown again, and like I said, I am again re-intensifying the outer crease, adding that definition. I kind of didn't know where this was going, but then when I decided it was going to be smoky, I went all out. I'm just blending it out with the same brush we used for the original transition shade, and now I'm going to take some concealer and a small brush, the Weaver brush, and I've created a little triangle on my eyelid, and I've just put the gold shade on top of the triangle. I just wanted like a pop of gold, but again I felt like I needed some liquid here to intensify the gold, so I went in again with a second layer, and now we're back to this matte brown. But you can see this look coming together now. It's a lot of blending and adding and adding and blending and packing on, and then I'm taking that transition shade again and I'm just trying to blend out the slightly harsh edge that has been created. I think that would have been like less intense if I'd like gone on with more of a transition shade to begin with. But anyway, I'm taking that matte white shade, cream shade, and using it in my brow bone. And then I'm taking some of the gold again and I'm putting it exactly underneath my eyeball so that it looks symmetrical. And I am lining as usual. And then I'm taking the shade Mars here. And I decided to blend this into my crease. I just didn't like how deep and just harsh the brown was looking, and when I was doing this I was like, does this look just like a write-off, like should I just stop? But it looked really good in person and overall when I finished. Here I'm lining my eyes with the Marc Jacobs liner, but guys, it just isn't very good as you can tell, would not recommend. But anyway, here's my final look. I feel like it really intensifies the brownness of my eyes. It's super dramatic, super smoky, and I would definitely wear this look out to a wedding or a night out. And boom, number 5, the final look. Probably one of my favourite looks. This is where I really played with that shimmery peach shade. Went in with a base and a transition shade, as you can see. And then going in with my medium brown. And this time I'm trying to elongate it a little bit. Not just put it in my crease, but just elongate it. And I'm taking the orange shade and blending that carefully with that medium brown to create just a nice unison of colour. Then I'm taking the shade 06 Heaven of Juan, and I am using a small Real Techniques brush to cover my lid basically, and I'm taking the peach shade and I am trying to pat this on. I was a bit surprised at the colour payoff by itself, but then it works better when you use a finger. And then in my inner half I'm using the white sparkly shade, so it's kind of like a ombre effect from white sparkly to pink peachy. And then I'm adding more of that pink shade on. It's so beautiful. But I just think that you either need to use your finger or you need to use a natural hair brush. So I'm taking a transition shade under my lower lash line, and I'm taking that brown shade again under my lower lash line. I wanted this to be smoky, but like daytime smoky. And then I'm taking that gorgeous peach shade again under my lower lash line. Just basically doing what I did to the top. Lining, putting those same dramatic lashes on, and that's it.
I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy the eyeshadow looks I've created, and if you want to see a review, then when it is out it'll be linked down below. Please subscribe for more content like this. I will see you in my next video. Bye.